We already did a 10-minute video on the recent 1.09 update for Horizon Forbidden West, but that is not enough to cover all the changes and features they added. We namely also have a ton of secret changes they did not tell us about in the patch notes, including, yes, for even more nerfs next to the decreases we touched on for all the legendary weapons. Gorilla did give an update on this though, so I want to go over that. But we also got some really nice quality of life stuff. The big one is totally regarding the pickup animations, and I want to thank Happy Gilmore on Twitter and Sky E in the comments for noting this. Because of course, just like in the first game, Aloy would need some time to grab herbs and other plants. Like, it's super short, but it will add up. Well, now after the recent update, if you go to the general settings under the weapon wheel slowdown, you will see pickup animations, and you can now choose to turn this off. It only works for pickups that do not have a hold prompt, so you still have to kneel to get chest, but for the many other resources, you can instantly grab them without losing time, and this is amazing. And yes, it also works when you're on the back of a mount. First, I would just skip things when riding around because it would cause Aloy to stop, but now you can just continue to your next objective and grab things along the way without losing speed. It's really amazing. I kinda wish we had this at launch, it would have saved a lot of time. But I'm glad that they added it later. Another nice small thing that I think they changed, but I haven't seen anyone talk about it, is that first, when you wanted to craft, let's say, fast travel packs via the tool menu, you would hold down on the D-pad. But then afterwards, you still had to look for the fast travel packs before you could craft them. I had this multiple times, also during a stream as well. It was quite annoying, but now after this update, I can hold down when I select fast travel packs and then immediately craft them without having to scroll through this window anymore, which is really nice. Again, correct me if this was always the case for you. For me, this at least changed after the update. Now let's move into nerf territory. One tactic you could do to build up the resonator charges of your spear was enable the weapon quick swap feature in the control settings. I really recommend it if you're not using it right now. With this, you can switch to your previous weapon with just one press of L1, or you can also select a weapon and ammo type you always want to switch back to with square, and then also when pressing L1 you always go back to that weapon. But yeah, as you might know, you could also use this to build up these resonator charges. If you would hold the heavy attack and then spam L1 for the weapon swap, every time you would swap your weapon, Aloy would repeat the charged heavy attack, so you could get the full resonator charges very fast. And then of course put a mark on an enemy and shoot it for some nice damage. But yeah, maybe you already guessed it, after this update this tactic doesn't work anymore, as you will just stay in the first animation and not charge your spear any further while switching your weapons. Now, I totally get that they changed this because it kind of felt like a cheat, and we still have a good alternative, which of course rolling out of the animation, which would then also very easily charge up the spear. So I kinda hope that they keep that. This means that with the Osram armor from completing all the salvage contracts, you only need to charge your spear up twice and maybe even roll once to apply the Valor mark and deal a ton of damage. Still want to dive more into the best melee playstyle, but I'm also kind of worried that they might nerf things because they did nerf one build to the ground. So let's touch on that and other secret changes. Of course, if you liked the video so far, then leaving a like on it would really help me out. And subscribe for way more Forbidden West content if you haven't already. Now, good to note is that Gorilla responded to me on Twitter when talking about the nerfs, saying that they are aware of some issues introduced by the previous patch and are working to resolve it. Please hang tight for an update. First of all, great that they are responding, but they're not specifically talking about which changes were issues. I personally think it's regarding the legendary weapons also being less powerful after upgrading them, because in the patch notes they said that they lowered the starting base stats to match weapons within the earliest acquirement tier. So maybe only the first upgrade levels were supposed to be lower, not the final upgrade tiers. I will of course keep you posted here regarding future changes. Hopefully they revert back some of the legendary weapon nerfs, although I doubt that they will change the 2 secret Valor Surge nerfs they also did. One is namely for the Power Shot Valor Surge, which first, when fully upgraded, also had the instantly refills selected ammo bonus. You likely know about this, right? When you were out of ammo and would pop this Valor Surge, you would get all that specific ammo back. Now they removed that part from the Power Shots Valor Surge card, so basically removed this benefit altogether. So there's no way to get expensive ammo for free anymore, which is pretty wild because grinding for ammo resources is not something I enjoy doing, and this is just a nice extra for if you use this Valor Surge. The reason why they might have removed this is because of something Rodrigo told me on Twitter, where if you would stand near a campfire, equip the weapon with the ammo you want to get back, like the advanced explosive spikes from the Sky Killer, then pop the Valor Surge, so you would get the ammo back. And if you would now save at the campfire, immediately reload that save, you would spawn into the game with the ammo back, but you would not lose any Valor. So you could just repeat this tactic for any other ammo type and basically refill everything without spending the resources. I do think this explains why they removed it, but I also think it would have been better if they just nuked this loophole somehow instead of removing this bonus from the Power Shots Valor Surge altogether. So good to note is that while shooting with the Power Shots active will not cost you any ammo, you do not get ammo back anymore when popping this Valor Surge. And this, by the way, also means that if you start the Valor Surge with no ammo for a specific ammo type, then you cannot use that ammo type during this ability unless you craft new ammo, which kinda sucks and was likely the reason why they would give you ammo back in the first place. Another major stealth nerf is for the Stealth Stalker Valor Surge, and you will immediately notice it when we put the 2 cards side to side, because instead of having the bonus damage versus unaware targets plus 200% when fully upgraded, we now have 2 lines instead, with one for the silent strike damage versus unaware targets, which is still 200%, but we also see the ranged damage versus unaware targets, which is plus 50%. So basically, instead of getting the 200% extra damage against targets that are unaware, your ranged attacks now deal 50%, so a decrease of 150%. So this really must be aimed at that one-hit kill build I showed you in a previous video, where on normal and sometimes even very hard, depending on the machine, you could just kill them with one shot or throw. And now after the update, I was still able to pull it off. Sometimes, like it felt more like a lucky shot now, while I mostly needed 2 shots for the same effect on the normal difficulty. So yes, RIP one-shot build, they basically destroyed it. The final secret change I want to touch on is from Casper of the Nora on Twitter. He found that Gorilla added support for Ukraine with a mural of the flag on a mining cart, which you find over here on the map at the Restless Wheeled Relic Rune. So run inside and go around here, and then you will see the very nice gesture. So cool that they put this in the game as a secret change to show support for Ukraine. And by the way, never mentioned this in a video, but we also donated all the earnings from ad revenue and of course all your donations. So thanks for that from the Dawn of Ragnarok Valhalla stream recently to the Ukrainian Red Cross. All the little things help, of course. So it's kind of weird to now switch back to the Horizon update changes and stuff. But of course, I want to mention that if you find cool things or interesting things, let us know via the input@JorRaptor.com email address or in the comments under this video. And of course, when we know more about the fixes Gorilla has planned for the legendary weapons or whatever, I'll be the first to tell you here. So subscribe to miss nothing. A like on the video would really help us out. And at the end of every Horizon news and update video, we of course want to look at awesome pictures you can send us via the HorizonRaptor hashtag on Twitter or by going to the dedicated pictures channel on our Discord, and I will leave a link to the Discord in the pinned comment. Okay, Joyce, your turn. Photo mode expert here on the channel. You, of course, selected 3 shots from the community, so I'm as always curious which one did you pick this time.
Yes, so first up is DP Dwarf over on Twitter, where we got a photo shoot style picture of Aloy between the plants of the jungle area. The face paint definitely stands out the most here with the red, white, and blue colors, and I love the pose as well.
Yeah, the Dutch colors, and it's the Nacht Dragoon face paint. Really, really cool.
Moving on to Bizernia, and I hope I pronounced this right, over on our Discord, who got the perfect timing to swim right underneath a gigantic wave. That's absolutely stunning. Now, I wish we could serve on them with Aloy. Well done. And my favorite is from Amaya Nocturna, also from our Discord, who took this walking shot of Aloy walking in the snow, where she used the depth of field to create this blurry effect from where the snow traced her steps, if you can see that. The point of view is nicely placed, even wearing the OG Huntress outfit. Truly
yeah, and the code there in the distance, also pretty cool. So thanks a lot for sharing your shots. Share them our way. Maybe we'll be in the next video, which hopefully has some buffs for the legendary weapons again. Again, we will keep you posted. Check out that previous update video by clicking on the screen. And for now, we will speak to you next time. Goodbye.
Goodbye.